Jordan Lanes here in Whitehall, PA for the finals of the Day After Christmas tournament for the PJBT. We want to thank Our Family's Pro Shop in Brunswick for sponsoring today's event. Time to introduce our 4 remaining bowlers in each division and our 2 ladies competing in the women's scratch division. Starting with the overall scratch division, our number 4 seed from White Marsh, Maryland, Johnny Laguerre. Our number 3 seed from Essex, Maryland, Cameron Bennett. In our semifinal matches, Cameron will be taking on our number 2 seed from Laurel, Delaware, Ryan Lang. And Johnny will be taking on our tournament leader at plus 273 for 9 games from Chatham, New Jersey, Jack Conrad. Only fans, let's have a nice hand for scratch finalists for today's PJBT. Okay, now to introduce our 2 female bowlers competing in the women's only 1-game scratch final. Our number 2 seed from Brick, New Jersey, Leah Varela. And she will be taking on our tournament leader from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Sakura Floyd. Have a nice hand for those girls. And on the handicap side, our number 4 seed from Falls, PA, Abigail Poland.
I grabbed it. We cleaned up the table, so I grabbed this so that I didn't want it to walk out the front door. So thank you.
Dakota Cooper. Dakota will be taking on our number 2 seed from Middletown, PA, Michael Howell. And Abigail will be taking on our tournament leader at plus 64 for 9 games from Waynesboro, PA, Alyssa Volgamont. Let's have a nice hand for our handicap finalists for today's PJBT. All right, we'll begin our 2 semifinal matches. So it'll be 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Handicap will be on the left, scratch will be on the right. The winners of each match will flip-flop hands and bowl each other for the title. Our women's only scratch match will be just off to the left. They're going to bowl a 1-game head-to-head elimination match, single elimination. Okay, we'll get our bowlers started. All right, yes, 3 bowls.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jordan Lanes here in Whitehall, Pennsylvania. Do not adjust your phone or your laptop or any type of your speaker settings. This is Skip Moyer for the first time in 2025 here on season 27 on YouTube. It's been a while, but the stars aligned today to get us back on YouTube. So going to be bringing you 2 matches here. The first match here for our Day After Christmas final will be the top 4 in each division. 1 will bowl 4, 2 will bowl 3. And then as soon as match 1 is over, we will flop pairs. And then the 2 winners of those matches will bowl each other for the title. Scratch will start on 37 and 38, handicap 35 and 36. And we will also have 1 girls-only scratch final going on 33 and 34. You'll be able to catch part of that match on the live stream as they bowls, but we'll keep you updated as to what's going on there. Unfortunately, my low-scale technology does not allow me to get 3 pairs today, so we'll work with what we got. Over on that girls match is the top seed Sakura Floyd taking on the 2 seed Leah Varela. We'll start here on the scratch side. The number 1 seed Jack Conrad will be taking on the 4 seed Johnny Laguerre, and then the 2 and 3 seeds Ryan Lang and Cameron Bennett bowling each other. Over on the handicap side, number 1 seed Alyssa Volgamont taking on the 4 seed Abigail Polans, and the other match, the 2 and 3 seeds Michael Howell and Dakota Coker. We'll get all that handicap stuff squared away once they start bowling and I see what the numbers are. Today's lane pattern that they bowled on was Dead Man's Curve. Sport pattern for today's major. 43 feet, 3-to-1 ratio. Hard to believe we are bidding adieu to 2025. We have one more event left this year, and that is Wednesday, December 31st, our New Year's Eve event at Strike Zone Alleys in Pottsville. Discounted entry this year for that event. If you were thinking about taking a drive and doing some bowling, a little cheaper this year. We have a sponsor this year that's going to be contributing $500 into that event, so we want to, his name is escaping me at the moment, or I would throw it out at you. But one of the local realtors up there going to be donating some money to help out with the prize fund, so a little bit cheaper event for the youth to bowl and make a little bit more scholarship. So that will be the final tournament of the 2025 year. Then we will flip the script to 2026. I can tell you that January 11th, the second Sunday of the year, will be our first event. That location will be available probably in the next couple days. Matt and I were kicking around what the schedule is going to be for 2026 for the second half, so have a little more information for you then as the time goes on. So, and as always here on YouTube, the chat box is alive and open. If you want to root somebody on, you want to ask any questions, or just tell me how good I sound, I'm okay with that too. So that chat box is open and will be for the duration of these two games that we're going to be bowling here on the finals. Special thanks to all of our sponsors here today. Brunswick Bowling, Our Family's Pro Shop, and as always, Buddy's Pro Shop for helping us out today. Never, ever.
I've had it all day. I just got a head.
Couple more practice balls here and everybody will be finished. Everybody gets 3 balls on each lane, so once we're finished there, we will be up and running. Over on the handicap side, the match between Alyssa and Abigail. Abigail will be getting 21 pins, and the match between Michael and Dakota, it'll be Dakota getting 35. I'm going to go fill my cup of water up, Matt, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay. Somebody wants to know who's that guy talking.
Maxie for MVP. Well, Maxie's never going to probably be MVP because he plays in Philly, so we're not going to answer him.
Oh my goodness. Just ignore him. Message board is up and operational if you're watching this afternoon. Friday afternoon action from Jordan Lanes in Whitehall for the PJBT Day After Christmas tournament. Going to introduce our finalists here momentarily.
Don't have it.
our semifinal matches for the two divisions, and our title match for the girls just off to your left. In the women's only match, we have top seed Sakura Floyd taking on number 2 seed Leah Varela. Sakura has elected to start the match on lane 33. Okay, on the scratch side, lane 37 and 8, it's Jack Conrad versus Johnny Laguerre and Ryan Lang versus Cameron Bennett. Winners of each semifinal will bowl each other on 35 and 6 for the title. On the handicap side, we have top seed Alyssa Voldemont taking on Abigail Pollins. The difference in handicap is 21 going to Abigail. And then in the other semifinal, it's number 2 seed Michael Howell against number 3 seed Dakota Coker. Dakota getting the difference in handicap of 35. Winners of those two semifinal matches will advance to 37 and 8 for the title. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our finalists. Your name?
All right, and off we go. Alyssa and Jack will be starting the matches. Sakura starts off the girls' match with a strike. Alyssa starts off with a strike. The girls' match over there on the left is just the one game. Winner, I believe, winner of the girls' match gets a $120 scholarship. Second place, $40. Johnny walks up, gets a strike. Jack up here now for his first frame. Leah answers Sakura's strike over there with her own. Strike for Jack Conrad. Michael Howell died spare. And Abigail herself gets a spare. That is a foul.
Yeah, I just approve a foul.
No, he stepped on the ball. He slipped and he stepped over the line.
Okay. Okay.
There you go. All right, so Leah goes strike 8 spare. Sakura up now for her second frame. Alyssa gets away with one there. She goes 6 spare. Dakota goes 4-5. Abigail goes spare open in her first 2 frames. Ryan goes foul spare, so no loss there. 7-pin for Jack. Johnny Laguerre, double.
I already did it. It's not good.
Sakura opened up in her second frame. Six count here, bucket for Michael. Dakota goes 9 spare. Spare there for Jack. Sakura comes back in the third frame for a strike, so good bounce back there for her. Michael picks off 2. 24 for him through 2 frames. And the snowplow for Cameron Bennett there. Takes down all 10 pins. 4-9 for Ryan. Abigail up now, off and open, looking to get back on track here. She leaves a 6 count. 1, 3, 6, 8, 10 for Alyssa. Say that 5 times fast. And she picks 4 of the 5 off, so 44 for her through 3 frames. And Jack gets a strike there, back on track. And Johnny just misses carrying the 10. Abigail makes her spare. Leah spares, makes a 10 pin. Leah up 11 through the first 3 frames. Here comes Dakota's third frame. He leaves a 3-6. A little bit of approach issues there for Ryan. He goes back-to-back opens. And a back-to-back spares for Dakota. 1-3-9 for Cameron.
While you're handling this end, I'll take a look at the women's only match for the title. Leah Morello.
We just covered that actually.
Oh, did you? Yeah, she
But you can, that's fine.
You 10 pin. She's got 58 in the third. So strike looking for 3 spares. Sakura has strike, open, strike. So that match is pretty even at the moment.
Alyssa with another strike there in the 4th frame, so that's her second of the match. Good bounce back after the open. 5 pin for Dakota. Michael up now looking for a double. And he'll get that double. Spare for Johnny. And Dakota makes his spare too, so a couple clean frames there all around. Leah made her spare now, so Sakura up for the 4th frame on 34, looking for a double. And give her that double. And give Jack a double also. Doubles all around. Let's see if Alyssa can double. She can double too. Everybody's doubling. Everybody's going to double except us.
That's right. That was a good crossover one there, too. How about a double for Abigail?
Abigail gets a double. Cameron goes a little wide. Stays out of trouble though, leaving just a 2-pin. And the same shot for Michael too. Comes up just a hair high. And comes up a little light, leaves the 2. Dakota 157.
First strike of the match for Ryan Lang. He had made a really good shot on lane 38, first strike of the match.
Sakura went wide down on our end pair there. 1, 2, 4 for her. So still keeping that a tight match. That double will be pretty big for her. So see how that comes into play. Dakota's spare shot. Picks off the front 2. 107 for him in the 5th with his handicap. Michael spares also. It's about a 30-pin match for Dakota and Michael. About a 25-pin match on top too. So both matches still pretty close.
We had our first open frame down on the girls' match. Sakura Floyd chopped the one.
Second open
I'm
frame.
sorry. Second open, yeah. She has 83 in the 5th, so Leah Varela has a chance to take about a 15 to so lead with a strike here in the 5th.
Spare there for Johnny after Jack gets a 3-bagger. So move on here to Ryan. And Ryan gets a double. Ryan has that lane figured out now. And it might come just at the right time because Cameron's still clean, but has certainly been around the pocket. So Ryan wants to make sure he stays close there. Abigail picks off 3 off her spare.
Certainly looks like a bunch of over-under on this pattern. If you get the ball in, it's going to hook a little bit. It's not going to hold.
Well, it's also fresh. There's no play yet, so
Correct. Yep,
I think we'd see different scores if we were bowling out the other end. Oh, that one there gets away from Dakota. He's on an open though, so didn't lose anything. Strike there for Cameron. Michael comes up high, leaves the 6-10. And a double for Leah down on our women's pair.
Yeah, that puts her in the lead by about 25 at the moment.
3-6-10 for Johnny. Just gets that one in a little bit. Comes up high. Here comes Michael's spare attempt. He covers that one clean. And a 6 count for Dakota. So 113 to 91 right now. Michael is slowly closing that matchup. So Dakota's just gonna have to stay right around the head pin and do what he can here to survive.
Top matches separated by about 20 pins. Bottom matches separated by about 10 pins based on what they have going into the next one.
10 pin for Jack. And a spare for Johnny.
So if Jack can pick up a spare here, he'll have a 16-pin lead through 6 frames.
Sakura went 7 spare on her 6th frame. Spare there for Alyssa. And a spare for Jack.
Yep, 16-pin lead for Jack with 4 frames to go.
Baby split for Dakota, 3-10 there. All right, that could have been a little bit of trouble there. Cameron stays safe, leaves just the 6-10. And a
shot there for Michael.
And a strike there for Michael. Michael, he's coming. Good shot there. Another spare for Sakura. A 3-bagger for Ryan. It wasn't pretty, but it was a 3-bagger.
Yeah, again, it looked like he got it inside a target, and the ball grabbed to go to the left side of the headband. Then it picks up his spare, so that match is pretty even again. Back-to-back spares for Sakura down in our women's pair. So Leah Varela with a chance to really extend her lead. She goes light and leaves a 2-pin.
Alyssa goes wide there, leaves just the 1-2. Chance just to stay clean there.
And these matches are really going to come down to spares. I mean, with this tougher pattern, it's really going to come down to
Strike there for
who can
Jack.
mark the most.
Oh, Johnny. Looked pretty good off his hand, but just checked up high on him. Leaves the 4-10. Spare there for Alyssa.
Ryan finally got that ball more right, I think, where he wanted it, and then it came up early. It's interesting. Johnny with the open frame 130 in the 7th.
Oh, that might be a little bit of a mistake there by Michael. See if Dakota can capitalize.
Ryan doesn't get count, so 117 in the 7th.
That could be a little costly there.
26-pin lead for Leah Varela down in our women's only match with 3 frames to go. And she strikes in the 8th.
And Johnny comes back. Johnny with a strike after on the open there. Keep a little pressure on Jack to keep making shots. Spare there for Cameron.
Sakura matches with a strike. Down on the women's match. They're heading into the foundation 9th frame.
26-pin lead for Leah. Alyssa with a strike.
That was a good shot for her. That means that match is going to come down to the 10th frame.
Yes, it will. And we got a 1-pin match on the bottom, too. 1 pin up top, 1 pin on the bottom. Jack comes up high, leaves the 6-pin.
Big strike there for Michael Howell.
Spare there for Abigail.
Sakura with a strike in the 9th in that women's only match. So she can max score is 211. Right now, if Leah Varela would go spare in the 9th strikeout, she's at 217. So she's on 2-team pace. So that match is still up for grabs.
All right, 4-7 for Dakota. That's some clean living there.
Big shot for here for Leah. She comes in light, 2-4-5-7.
Open frame for Cameron. Oh,
What a fast in the 7-pin.
All right, come on.
Wow.
Come on. Good shot.
So we start the 10th frame in handicap. Abigail's going to go first.
leaves an 8 count, just the 6-10. Three pin for Jack. Let's see what Alyssa does here. All right. 1, 2, 4. No harm, no foul. Just has to make her spare. This is going to come down to the very last ball.
That's what it looks like.
Leah makes her spare.
Yep, max score for Leah. She starts the 10th frame is 217.
She has to double.
She has to double to shut her out. Johnny Leclerc trying to give himself a chance here. He can max out at 220. Jack makes his spare. He could be at 228.
Spare there for Abigail. Oh.
Leah gets the first strike down in the girls' match. She needs one more to shut it out and win the women's only tournament.
A count there for Abigail.
So it's going to be a 9-pin victory for Abigail.
All right, so Jack up here now for his 10th frame has a possibility to shoot 228. Johnny, if he strikes out, 220. So Jack needs to double also for. No, he will not be able to shut out Johnny.
Back down to the women's only scratch final. Leah Varela with a 6 count in the middle portion of the 10th frame. If she spares, she'll be at 207. She does, so she shoots 207. She cannot shut Sakura out, but Sakura will need a doubling count to win.
And just like that, Johnny's day is over. And
First
we
shot
are
for Sakura on lane 34. She leaves a 10 pin, and Leah Varela is going to win your women's only.
we have a race to see who gets high ball here in the. There's an 8 count for Dakota. They both, yeah. So he needs 9.
I was expecting a yes, because I wouldn't expect anything.
And he gets 7 and loses.
Oh my. So Dakota Coker wins it by 1.
Ay, ay, ay.
175 to 170.
Yes, good job.
Thanks, number 5. Are you all right?
All right, 214, 184. Jack Conrad will be moving on.
Final score down there on the women, 207 to 187.
It's all right.
20-pin victory for Leah Varela.
All right, so 6, 7, 8. Ryan Lang will be your winner. After a disastrous start, he has come back to win that match. Crazy. It'll be Jack Conrad and Ryan Lang. $182 for Cameron.
Good job.
185. 185 to 182. All right. So Jack and Ryan Lang move on. Jack wins 214-184. Ryan wins 185-182. Over on the handicap side, it'll be Abigail versus Dakota. Abigail 185, Alyssa 176, Dakota 175, Michael 174. And down on the girls' side, Leah Varela 204, Sakura Floyd 187. All right, we will swap pairs. The scratch division will go over to 35 and 36, handicap 37 and 8. And then we will have our title matches.
Let me go this way. Okay, bowling fans, time to give out all of our awards for that round of the finals. Let's start with the women's scratch division. Our runner-up finisher in the bonus women's scratch division, getting a $40 scholarship for her second place finish, goes to Sakura Floyd.
Sakura Floyd, your second place finisher. $40 scholarship.
And our winner in the women's only scratch division, receiving a $120 scholarship, goes to Leah Varela.
Leah Varela, $120 scholarship. Your winner today in the girls' side.
All right, and then for our fourth place finisher in the scratch division, receiving a $100 scholarship certificate, goes to Johnny Laguerre.
Johnny Laguerre, fourth place. $100 scholarship.
Our third place finisher, also receiving a $100 scholarship certificate, goes to Cameron Bennett.
Cameron Bennett, your third place finisher.
Our fourth place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $75 scholarship, goes to Michael Howell. Nice bowling. Congratulations. And officially our third place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $75 scholarship, goes to Alyssa Volgamont.
Alyssa Volgamont, your third place finisher.
There we go. All right, we are down to our title matches. Okay. So, don't worry about scoring. Just like and let's see over here. I got Dakota and Abigail. 3 balls in each lane.
All right, 3 balls on each lane. And then we will have our title matches. We'll be right back with all that. And then we'll be out of here. Hopefully beat a little bit of the snow and some of the garbage that's going on out there. So should be back here as soon as practice is over. And we'll be ready to go. You are watching the PJBT on YouTube.
Hey, bowling fans, time to begin our title matches for today's PJBT, the day after Christmas tournament. On your left side on the scratch division, we have top seed Jack Conrad taking on number 2 seed Ryan Lang. Jack has elected to have Ryan start the match on lane 35. On the handicap side, we have number 3 seed Dakota Coker taking on number 4 seed Abigail Polens. Dakota has elected to start the match on lane 37, and he gets the handicap difference of 34. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches. All right, 1 frame to start. Go ahead.
All right, so Ryan and Dakota will be starting our matches. It'll be 34 pids going to Dakota. Ryan starts off with the 6 pin. Dakota, that one there gets away from him a little bit, so he'll have to make a little bit up there on the second shot. So spare there for Ryan. And a 5 count for Dakota. So early hole there for Dakota, but it's only the first frame. First frame for Jack, puts 10 back. All right, first frame for Abigail, 8 count, leaves the 4-7. Jack looking for the first double here in the second frame. And she opens. So gives it right back to Dakota there. So both bowlers will start off fresh in the second frame looking for a mark. And Jack will get that first double.
When you buy me a bag of milk.
Good recovery shot there from Abigail with a strike in the second.
Another 4 pin there for Ryan. Seven count for Dakota. 1-3-5. And Ryan will make his spare. So he'll be looking for his first strike here in the third frame. Dakota looking to clean this spare up. And he will not.
In the second, 46 with the handicap.
Four pin for Ryan.
Keeping the board clean with 3 spares for Ryan.
Jack looking for a 3-bagger, so that could persuade Ryan to maybe kick it into high gear a little bit.
Yeah.
Spares are good, but they're not going to get it. They may not get it done today. Let's see what Jack does here in the third frame. Three-bagger for Jack. Dakota now with a 7 count, looking to clean that up. And he will pick 2 off the right.
21 in the third, 55 with the handicap.
So Abigail now with an opportunity to cut into a little more of that handicap.
Yeah, she gets back-to-back marks here in the third, fourth. That match is almost even. Pretty good shot. It just didn't finish.
Nope. Went a little longer than she wanted it to.
Yeah, it set itself up nice, but then it pushed at the back end. 3-7. Makeable split, though.
And a 4-bagger for Jack.
Jack is dialed in right now. This has a chance. Ooh, good try. 36 in the third for her.
Oh, Ryan.
Difference is now 19.
Out of trouble there. Almost left a 4-9, but got lucky there. Leaves just the 9 count, so opportunity for him to spare again. And he will.
Pretty good ball, but it's out of breaks up the trouble. Leaves the 6-10.
That was almost another issue.
Hey, what do you know? Another 9 count.
I think Ryan made a ball change there, but I think he made the wrong one.
Abigail picks up her spare.
Spare there for Ryan, sparing them to death. Man only knows how to leave 4s and 6s. All right, here's Dakota. Dakota needs to get going here a little bit.
7 count.
All right, Jack's 5th frame. That'll be a 5-bagger.
I believe Jack's last win in a PJBT came back in January of last year. We were in Steel City Bowling.
Jack was sitting here watching YouTube videos of our tournaments from in the past when he used to bowl one-handed. A little bit of reminiscing there that,
Wow.
back
That's
in
interesting.
back in our younger days. Dakota got 7 there in his last shot there off the spare. Leaves just the 9-pin. Jack with a 6-bagger. If Ryan ever had a strike, he needs to strike right now.
Yeah, I mean, a double would help a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, he can still shoot 246. And he's still got a good game going. And on this pattern, typically, if you can shoot anything in the 2s, that's usually a good game. But he has 9 in a wiggle.
Hey, you did what I told you.
At least you pick a new pin. All right, Dakota does not make his spare, so 73 in the 5th. 9 spare for Ryan.
All right. Let's try this one.
I mean, normally, like I said earlier today in some of these matches, I mean, you could win a match from shooting 170, 180. So, but Ryan just likes 9.
Dude, I see like a 190 in your future.
Over under is 190.
Abigail gets 7. She leaves the 136. Seven straight 9 spares for Ryan Lang.
And I think he's hit the head pin different on every one of them. Oh, just missed that spare.
I thought she actually had it. 62 in the fifth. She trails by 11, so we're halfway through the handicap final, and it's 11 pins. And the streak ends at 6 for Jack. He leaves a 4 pin.
Six count for Abigail. Jack throws a backup ball at his left side spares.
That's interesting.
He really does want to be right-handed. All right, we are
Yeah, I mean,
just about halfway through both matches.
Jack can pretty much spare out at this point for 240. So he just wants to keep marks on the board. As long as he can stay out of trouble, pick up his spares, he's going to be your winner.
Spare there for Abigail.
Strikes don't hurt either.
Yeah. But why spare when you can just knock them all over the first time? All right. 3 pin there for Dakota. Dakota looking for his first mark of the game, so right now would be a fine time to do that. 9 count for Ryan.
It's almost becoming enjoyable for everybody. Maybe they want to see the perfect 9 spare game.
If this would be a 9 pin no tap, he'd be in business. And Dakota just misses that 3 pin.
Throw a single slug off, do I get more than time?
All right, Dakota up now, 7th frame.
Ninth frame, he gets the first strike. Oh, good shot.
Great shot there from Dakota. Cannot get the 7 pin down. Best shot of the final here for him. All right, Jack up now, looking to put the icing on the cake.
Pretty much just needs a mark here for the 9th. And Jack Conrad will be your scratch division champion. Alright, so Dakota with the 9 missed. He was at 57 in the 7th, 91 with the handicap. So right now, Abigail can take the lead in the match with a decent count and mark in the first ball or in the 7th frame. Pretty good shot. But once again, just skid on her a little bit. 3, 5, 6. She'll try to pick up the spare.
He is human.
He is human. That's correct. That was a good shot, too. Came in high, 6-8, but he didn't need it. Already wrapped up the match. Abigail got a turn. So she posts 87 in the 7th. So now that match is separated by 4.
That's our 4th time today.
Ryan Lang with one of those classic games that you're going to talk about for some time. He just can't avoid getting a 9 count. 243 for Jack.
All right, Abigail's 8th frame here.
Big strike there for Abby.
She breaks through.
Good shot. Does he finish with 9? Nope, 7. Final score, 243 to 190.
What did I say?
Jack Conrad with the victory.
I feel 190 and you.
Now we go over to the handicap side. Dakota with a 7 count in the 8th.
Final score on the scratch side: Jack Conrad 243, Ryan Lang 190.
That's good. He's got that one.
And Dakota's on the board. Boy, he needed that more than anything.
Yeah, that was a good shot there.
That spare there was so important.
Dakota can spare out to be in the 110s with the handicap. He would be in the 140-ish score. And Abby can mark out for 140. So this match is going to come down to the last frame.
Oh, really? So it's not right now.
And he gets the strike.
And a strike.
First strike of the match for Dakota in the foundation 9th frame. Big shot here for Abby. Moach gets it wide. Ooh. 5 counts. You gotta just try to get the count here. That's the key. Get as much count as you can if you can't get them all.
Well, it's got a chance.
Oh, she had a good shot there. 115 in the 9th. So, Dakota can shoot with a mark. He can be in the 110s. Again, giving him 140. If he wouldn't get a mark in the 10th, he'd be in the 130s. She can go mark count for 130. So this could come down to the last shot. She gets out of trouble, leaves the 7 pin. So this is a really important spare here, Josh.
It is.
Because she wants to get this and get as much count as she can.
Yep.
Big spare there. Okay, now it's going to come down to count. Pretty good shot. Oh, but the count is low. 131 she finishes with it. She gets a 6 count. So that gives Dakota a chance here. He just needs, I believe, 6 pins. And he gets 7.
I think he needs a mark because he's at one. He should be at 121 with the strike. I don't know
Well, he's already got victory because 34 handicap. If he would miss here, he would be at 101 plus 34. He'd be at 135.
Okay.
He'd have a 4-pin victory right now. So yes, he does have the victory no matter what he does here. He gets 2. Final score 139 to 131. Dakota Coker with the 8-pin victory.
Bye, Groundhog.
That's your new name.
Bye, Nine Spare.
Okay, so stay tuned. We're going to give out some final awards and wrap up the show. You're watching the PJBT live on YouTube today. Okay, we need this. I'll hand that to you. You're welcome.
What are you taking apart now?
Another record that I own.
All right, bowling fans, time to give out our final awards for today's PJBT. Our runner-up finisher in the scratch division, receiving a $200
Yeah, but you're
scholarship.
gonna be a travel,
Certificate
right?
goes to Ryan Lang.
Tried to, but I mean,
Gotta get the money.
Our
there's
runner-up
no money.
finisher in the handicap
Right here
division,
ain't no money.
getting a $150 scholarship. Certificate goes to Abigail Holland. Okay. And our day after Christmas champion in the scratch division, getting a $300 scholarship in the first place class bowling pin for a major title goes to Jack Conrad. Nice bowling, son. Bowling. Go. Yep, we'll get a picture in a second. And our winner in the handicap division, also receiving a $300 scholarship certificate in the first place class bowling pin, goes to Dakota Coker. Congratulations. Nice bowling. There you are. All right, we'll get a picture with our winners. Don't forget to tune in Wednesday, December 31. We'll have the finals of the New Year's Eve Day Classic, our bonus payout and discount entry fee event on Wednesday for New Year's Eve Day. So make sure you sign up at pjbtbowlingseries.com. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. All right, winners. I had Josh, but now I don't have Josh.
What do you want?
Just a picture. Okay. You can do it right here. You want it? Yeah. There we go. Congrats. Perfect. All right. Thank you. Sounds good. Perfect. Okay, good man. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Take it easy. No, we just went to the bathroom. But he must be doing number two. In or out yet.
get that in, get back.
All right. All right, thank you everyone for tuning in this afternoon. We hope to have you back here on YouTube again later this week. But enjoy your weekend. We hope to see everybody on Wednesday. We will be at Strike Zone